Oh wow, if only you knew how my mind has been blown during the break, gearing into ushering in my next guest. Just know I'm out of words. I don't know who is going to be doing this interview, but me, I'm here to learn. So today we are moving our Awareness Thursday all the way to Corporate Monday, and we are going to be speaking to the president of the Ugandan National Association of Sign Language Interpreters. Did I get it?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. In short, that is UNASLI, and this is Miss Moreen Nambalirwa. It has taken a lot, guys, to have this lady here, but from the very start, she was actually willing to come in here. Head over to our social media platforms to be part of this conversation, and also on YouTube because we are streaming live. Good morning, Maureen.
Good morning, Stella.
Finally.
I'm
So
here.
Konsuneko, I know that you are really good to have you.
Good to have you too.
How is
here.
life?
Life is okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
can
thank
see
God.
that. Your smile is never fading. You have
Really?
blown my mind, teaching me things that I thought I knew, but
Yeah.
I was so wrong. And I love this. I love this platform because if there is anyone else like me who had just the basic knowledge of what sign language interpreting is all about, today could be the day that all that changes. Now, first things first.
Yes.
What is sign language interpretation about?
Thank you, Stella, for having me this morning. Good morning to all our viewers. I'm Moreen Nambalirwa, as I was introduced. I'm a professional sign language interpreter, but I also lead the Association of Sign Language Interpreters in Uganda.
Yes.
So, before I explain what sign language interpreting is, I think we need to first understand what is sign language.
Okay.
Yeah. So, sign language is a visual and gestural language, and this language is based on the use of our hands. So it is communication through the hands.
Okay.
And then the eyes, but also the body movements. Yes. So it is a visual language.
Okay.
You have to make sure that your eyes are
Speak.
good. Yeah, the sight. Yeah, if you are to use sign language, you need to have good sight because it is a visual language. Without
Okay.
eyes, you cannot use sign language.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, because you read the hands. But also the facial movement is very, very important when it comes to sign language. So what is sign language interpreting? Sign language interpreting, it is the process of changing or translating spoken language into sign language and vice versa. All from sign language into spoken language. So as a sign language interpreter, my role is to bridge a communication gap
Yes.
between the deaf person and the hearing person. So it means when the deaf person is signing, I will voice out what this person will be signing, and then the hearing person will be able to listen. And then when the hearing person is speaking, I will sign so that the deaf person understands. So briefly, that is sign language interpreting.
And what it's about. Okay.
Yes.
Now, during the break, we're discussing this, and I gave you a scenario, and I said there are some things that if you do a direct translation, it may not make sense in a certain language. For example, I could say something in Luganda, like, I don't know, maybe like the proverbs
Yes.
of the Buganda proverbs. But if you are to make a direct translation, word for word, talked about water and you just translate from water and that, it would not, you would not be communicating in English because that whole sentence may not make meaning from Luganda to English. So you mentioned something, and that's what I want you to talk about.
Okay.
What is the responsibility when you are interpreting from whichever language into the sign language?
All right. So when I'm doing this interpretation, one of the things is that I should be able to understand the spoken language.
Okay.
For example, I'm in Uganda. So if I'm to interpret for a person who's speaking Runyankole and I don't understand Runyankole, I will not be able to do the interpretation. So you need to be efficient, should I say efficient, in the two languages. One, you need to be understanding that spoken language,
okay,
and then the sign language. So, like in Uganda, we have those proverbs. So my role as an interpreter, if someone says, maybe in English, if someone says it rained cats and dogs.
Thank you. That is a good example. Yes.
If it rained cats and dogs. So as a sign language interpreter, I cannot say that it rained cats and dogs. So that will be direct translation. And it will really be hard for the deaf person to understand. So how does it rain cats and dogs?
Yes.
So you get the meaning. What does raining cats and dogs mean? It means it was heavy rained. It rained heavily. So I will sign to show that it really rained. So as a sign language interpreter, you need to understand the context, the message. What did really this speaker want to mean?
Yes.
To convey to the people.
Yes. I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into what blew my mind. If you are a sign language interpreter you understand English,
Yes.
but you are in Uganda, and you've studied sign language in Uganda.
Yes.
Can you automatically say that you are a sign? Can you interpret in the US, in the UK, in those English-speaking countries? Can you automatically interpret in them?
Maybe to tell our viewers is every country has got its own sign language.
Okay.
And that's why in Uganda, as we are going through our trainings, we are taught Uganda Sign Language. So this means that every country has got its own sign. So you will hear there is American Sign Language, British Sign Language, Kenyan Sign Language. So every country has got its own sign language. So, Moreen, I'm here. If maybe I fly to the US, I might not interpret effectively, though there are some signs that are a bit similar, but not all. So it means when I go to the US, I need first to undergo some training so that I catch up with their signs.
Okay.
However, we have what we call the international signs. So these are signs that are used during conferences. We have those big conferences, like we have the World Association of Sign Language Interpreters. Okay. So during those conferences, we use international signs. So these are signs that at least all deaf people can understand. And and you need to undergo that training. So as of now, I'm also undergoing that training for international signs, so that I am able to interpret during those international conferences. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Moreen studying masters. May I have given you there? You have a responsibility to graduate. You can't say I got overwhelmed, I did not finish, because for us we have given you there. But that is what blew my mind, that sign language is not universal. Just like there is French, there is you could understand French, this French that we study here in Uganda.
Yes.
That does not mean because you understand French that you can translate or you can be an interpreter. Just because you can translate does not mean you can be an interpreter. Same as the same discussion you are saying, that because some of the courses within the university where you are given a few course lines on sign language does not make you an interpreter. What makes an interpreter?
So what makes an interpreter? One is training.
Okay.
Like sign language interpretation is a profession. Like any other professionals, you hear the teachers, the doctors. So to
People go to
become a
school for
doctor,
this, yeah.
you need to be trained. So to be a sign language interpreter, you need to go under a specific training. And in Uganda, it's only Chambogo University that trains sign language interpreters in the focus of special needs and rehabilitation. So it's only Chambogo University that does that training, and you need to undergo that training. So after graduating, you go out to the communities. Like the way the teachers go for, how do they call it?
When
This
they
practice,
come to,
is it school practice?
when they come to
yes,
schools and
they
then
come
they
to
are-
schools,
yeah.
they do that practice. It also happens to the interpreters. So before you graduate, you are supposed to identify maybe an organization that has deaf people,
Yeah.
or a school. So you at least you undergo that training, you do that practice, and then afterwards you can come out and you begin your interpretation.
Okay.
So the other thing I can talk about is sign language interpreting is should I say it is a new thing here in Uganda.
Yes. Not
Somehow
so many people
new.
going for it.
And most of the people are a bit confused. Should I call it confused? So most of them, when they see someone signing, anyone signing, they will say that is an interpreter. Yes. So one time I sat and I had to think. I remember when UCC gave directives to media houses to recruit sign language interpreters.
Yes, I remember there was a time when it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
that directive. There was a lot of confusion. One, these media houses never knew, where are we going to get these interpreters? So if we get these interpreters, how shall we know that how this person is delivering the message? Because everyone in those media houses, they don't know sign language. So they were worried who's going to monitor the quality of this service.
Yes.
How shall we make sure that this person is doing the right thing?
Yes.
So most of them struggled, and when it came to interviews, I think most of them never even carried out the interviews. For them, they could just handpick.
Yeah.
Hey, I know someone.
Do you know? If
Do
you
you
know,
please, you bring that person. And we ended up seeing unqualified people on these media houses doing the interpretation.
And who will be judging except the other professionals who know?
However, with the time, I think we have tried to carry out sensitization to UCC and then to some of these media houses on what they are supposed to do. And we have really advised them, before you recruit a sign language interpreter, please ask for the papers.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure that person presents the papers to show that I'm really qualified and I will be doing the right thing.
Now, I need to know, in any language or in any presentation, there are some, how should I call them, complications or things that people have with delivery in information. For example, there is communication of, how do they call it?
Someone with speech
Yeah.
problems.
Are there any speech problems when it comes to sign language? For example, like, is there someone who can be slow at conveying? Are there any sign language issues when it comes to that language itself? Or for it, as long as you have undergone, there shouldn't be any issues because it's about the face and the hands?
No. The truth is there are challenges. This is a language that is growing.
Okay.
And we have issues with the limited vocabularies. For example, if I'm interpreting in a school or in a university, just imagine I'm a trained sign language interpreter. I'm interpreting for a student who's doing engineering.
Okay,
Just imagine the vocabularies that are used in
engineering.
Engineering. You would find that there are words. Those words have no signs. You as an interpreter, you've not undergone that training of being an engineer. So there is always that challenge. And what we usually do as a sign language interpreter, one of the things you need to prepare.
Okay.
Before you go to do any assignment, you are supposed to prepare.
Okay.
So this preparation helps you to understand what is going to take place in that assignment. For example, if I'm going to attend a conference, I will ask the organizers of that conference to give me the information, like the presentations, so that I go through them. And by the time I'm doing my interpretation, I will be able to give, like I will look for signs, I will look for meanings of those particular words, but I will also meet the person who's going to do the presentation to explain to me what he or she is going to talk about. So preparations are very important. But when it comes to classrooms, sometimes it is hard. Like at universities, it is hard to get a lecturer. It's hard to get maybe lecture notes before the lecture.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is the role of the interpreter and this deaf student to agree on how they will sign. So they end up creating signs specifically for the classroom.
Okay.
Yes. So wherever I sign that sign, this deaf student will know,
understand
that this sign means this. So the two of you have to agree. But to tell you, it is a lot of work.
Yes.
It is challenging. Yeah.
Wow. Give us, if someone wants to go down this path, to pursue this for a career, any tips, any things that you can say to that young person, a student out there, even an older person, but someone who wants to pursue this as a career?
Someone who wants to pursue this career, one, it is a unique area.
Okay.
Yeah. Communicating with hands is something that is special. It needs patience and passion, but also you need to love what you are doing. Remember, you are in the deaf community. You are serving those people. You need to keep, you need to be confidential, because you get a lot of information that you are not supposed to get, but because someone does not speak, you end up getting to know that information. So confidentiality is a must. So if you come into this profession and you are a mwah person, my dear, don't, because confidentiality is very, very important.
Right.
Then the other thing is that the future is bright.
Okay.
When it comes to jobs, at least you can easily access that job, especially now in Uganda. The government is waking up. Soon we are going to see interpreters being employed in the health facilities. Recently we saw Electoral Commission employing sign language interpreters. Ministries have started, yet the numbers is not all that. I think we have like 420
members in the
trained sign language interpreters in Uganda.
Okay, and are they all members of this association, or
Yes,
some of them?
some.
Wow.
Not
Just
all.
400, and
Yes,
yet
those
we
ones who are trained.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you who's a professional sign language
Yes.
interpreter. But we also have others who do the interpretation. Like we have a group that we call coders.
Okay.
Coders, these are children of deaf adults. Someone has grown with her mother is deaf. So as they grow, they pick up the signs, they end up interpreting for their parents.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
So it is a good profession that most of the people have not thought about. I remember when I joined to do my diploma, we were 12 in class. Then the other class that was following us, they were 5. So the numbers are not yet all that big. And remember, it is only one university. So it means if you were 5, that year in the whole Uganda, you have graduated 5
Only
students.
5,
Yeah.
So a whole population of over Aren't we 45 million?
Yes,
thereabout?
yes, yes,
Imagine.
yes.
And we have 5 this time, 12 the other time.
Yeah, like
Oh, wow.
that.
All right. Thank you so much, Moreen, for such a conversation. These are the conversations we ought to have because we have to learn.
Yeah.
And we have to do better.
Yes.
Because the deaf community is also a part of us. So thank you. I have learned a lot. And if anyone wants to get in touch with the association, where do we find you? Are you guys on social media? Where are your offices and things of a sort?
So our offices are in Chiwanga. We are housed under the Uganda National Association of the Deaf.
Okay.
So Uganda National Association of the Deaf is an organization that brings together all deaf people in Uganda. So we share an office with them, and it is in Chiwanga, Mukono.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where they can find you.
Yes, that's where you can
I have
find
met
us.
people who love their jobs, but Moreen loves her thing. Do you know when she's talking about
Yeah,
it,
you
she's
end up
like,
even signing.
Yeah. You know, she's always like, oh my God, this thing. I was talking to her during the break, and I was just amazed at how much she enjoys it. What would you say before we wrap up is the best thing about your job? At the end of the day, what brings you the most joy about your job? You as an individual. Not
Me as an individual is that I really get satisfied serving that vulnerable community. You people, communication is everything.
Yes, it is.
Without communication, you can't go to school. You can't go to the health center.
Relationships die.
Yes,
For lack of
lack
communication.
of communication.
Yes.
So I really get satisfied when I bridge that communication gap between the hearing and the deaf people. So that keeps me moving every now and then.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Maureen, it has been such a joy having you here. We hope you enjoyed your time with us.
Yes, I have.
Just like we have enjoyed yours. Now we have to go for a short break. When we return, Dickens will be joining me as we get into the news briefs for today. For now, do not go away anywhere. Just get yourself a cup of coffee and come right back.